Boom shakalaka, urgent warning for all Bitcoin and altcoin holders. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we are talking about an urgent warning for all Bitcoin and altcoin holders. Today, it looks like Bitcoin is starting to break down below levels which could validate this double top right here. What this could mean for Bitcoin and particularly for altcoins. You definitely want to stay tuned. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come join us over on Twitter. Let's try and get to 1,000 likes. And let me just be upfront. You're not going to like this episode, so you can just press the dislike button because guess what? It's not hopium today. Today we're going to take a realistic look at what could potentially happen to Bitcoin, and it's somewhat not great. So let's get into it before anything else. Right now, market extreme fear, 13%, pretty low. We've been the same way for the past month. Market going about sideways today, down a little bit. Bitcoin at 28,802, Ethereum at 1755, BNB at 301, XRP 38 cents, Cardano 45 cents, Solana $41, and Dogecoin 8 cents. And if you want to know the top coins today to hold to Bitcoin alone based on artificial intelligence and machine learning, the top coins today would be PointPay, Temple DAO, Tron, Flexcoin, and XCAD Network. And if you want to check out token metrics for yourself, there's a discounted link down in the description. Now, this video today I am making because the tides are starting to turn. If we take a look here, I've had this red dashed line here since way back in May of 2021, pretty much a year. And after Bitcoin bounced off of here, I said, hey, if Bitcoin price goes below this red line, I turn bearish. That's the line in the sand. It was support here, here, and here, and also afterwards here, here, and here. And look at this. We've been hovering on top of it, but if we zoom in, it looks like Bitcoin is starting to break below that line, doing exactly what we were talking about, where this is potentially a dead cat bounce, which could continue on to about $26,500 before possibly continuing even lower. Now, why does that make me concerned? Well, this is a gigantic double top pattern right here, the golden arches pattern. I'll draw it for you. It looks like time to go back to work at McDonald's. But when this breaks below the confirmation point right here, guess what? There's a 97% chance based on TA that it will drop to roughly about $15,000, invalidating all previous support that Bitcoin has had. Now, that being said, there's also a 3% chance that it won't. So if we have some crazy miraculous type of thing going on, yeah, Bitcoin price could go higher. But if we take a look, there's a couple other things that I've been taking a look at recently that have me concerned, where we will most likely be in a bear market that will bottom between January and March of next year, 2023. Why is that? Well, we very clearly had a double top right here. And not only that, but the double top that we just had this year, the time gap between that double top was identical to the time gap between the double top in 2013. That's this bar pattern right here. And if we just let this ride out, guess what? It comes to the bottom, the lowest day, January 9th, 2023. But not only that, I made a video a couple days ago, and I will post to it right up there so you can watch it, about how the Terra Luna collapse reminds me very much of the BitConnect collapse, which reminded me very much of the Mt. Gox collapse. And shockingly, when Mt. Gox collapsed, guess what? It was 315 days and 76% down until the bottom. When BitConnect collapsed, guess what? It was 315 days and 76% down to the bottom. If Terra Luna follows this pattern, now it happened twice before, that means there's a 75% chance it would follow it, 25% chance it would not follow it. Well, guess what? 315 days, or roughly March 20th or 27th of 2023, and roughly about $7,500 for Bitcoin to go down to. Now, I hope all of this stuff doesn't happen. I certainly hope it doesn't, but it's worthwhile being prepared. And if Bitcoin's going that lower, we especially need to be concerned about altcoins. Now, why is that? Well, it turns out if we take a look at Bitcoin and if we take a look at altcoins, this chart never makes sense during a bull run. Everybody says this chart doesn't work, but once we're done that 6-month or 1-year bull run, guess what? This chart makes a lot of sense. Bitcoin continually goes up over time. Altcoins just continually go down. Now, there's two types of altcoins. There's oscillators and there's degenerators. So most of them, over 2,000 of the, I mean, pretty much it's 2,400 of 2,412 are degenerators. That means the price, they just go to zero. Now, there are a few that are oscillators. This is how we were able to pick out Dogecoin before it exploded, because guess what? It's an oscillator. We knew about that since 2019, that it was bound to bounce back up. Also, Litecoin, Lumens, Stellar Lumens, those are other ones that are oscillators as well, and it's useful to try and find oscillators. But just hodling altcoins, I did that from 2017 to 2020, and you know, there were a couple coins that made it, but most of them went to nothing. As a matter of fact, of 73 coins that appeared and fallen out of the top 10, they averaged top 10 status for 50 weeks. But that's pumped by Litecoin that's been there for an insane amount of time. The median is only 19 weeks that they stay in the top 10. So even top 10 coins, you need to be somewhat wary about. Now, that being said, what specifically do you do? Well, you know, you need to balance your risk. Like, if you're very, very concerned about prices going down, you know, selling at a 50% loss is still better than selling at a 99% loss, or selling at a 75% loss is better than selling at a 99% loss. So those things being said, you need to consider, because we may still have another year, a full year, until we see the bottom based on these two indicators right here, just taking a look at what 2013 did, and also based on these giant collapses following peaks. All of those things, well, that could set us up if we have the bottom here in 2023, if you're willing to hodl through, because guess what comes up after that bottom in 2023? We have a halving right here about a year after that in March of 2024, and then potentially we could have the price soaring sky high after that. Now, that being said, do I want to leave you feeling terrible? No, it's Saturday. I want to leave you with a happy ending. So there is a silver lining to all of this. There's a chart here from the Real Plan C, taking a look at the supply last active 1+ year ago, rate of change Z-score. Now, for the fourth time in Bitcoin's history, it appears that this metric might have already bottomed out and is reversing. The last 3 times this has occurred, once we left the green zone, the Bitcoin bottom was already in and a massive bullish uptrend followed. So if we take a look, Bitcoin right now, the trend, this blue line, has reversed. We are in the green zone. The previous times we've left the green zone was pretty much the bottom. So based on this, at least, it seems like the bottom is getting pretty darn close, and fingers crossed, we might see a bottom sooner and some type of spectacular event that could send Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to the moon. But until that happens, I would just say be a little bit wary, especially if you're holding bags of altcoins. So that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like. If you didn't enjoy it, I told you it was going to be a bummer video from the very beginning, but I'm just doing this to help you guys out. Maybe you can learn from my mistakes instead of having to make them yourself. So that's all for today's video. Love you guys. Catch you later. Peace.